And let's see. These are comics I picked up. Jeez, it was a couple weeks back. I tried to make a vid that didn't like the way the vid turned out, so I'm gonna try again. So these books books I picked up a while back from one of my local comic stores, and I'll go ahead and show those off, and then I'll get into it. Little information. Yeah, this is Guardians of the Galaxy #1. The new animated show, I guess, that's on TV. I watched a couple episodes. I think it's pretty cool. It's a nice looking cartoon. Then I also picked up Avengers Assemble Season 2. I had seen this front cover, this comic displayed in Comic Book of Steve's video, so I thought it was very cool. You know, he's a big Black Widow fan, and I'm a Black Widow fan, just not as big as he is, but that's cool. I do like her. I dig. She's awesome. He helped point that out to me more or less, that she's very cool. But yeah, seen it in his video, decided to pick up one, and in fact, I think this is my second copy. So it goes to show you how much, you know. I realized I think I already have this, but still, it's nice to have extras in case you like comics that are really in good shape. So, rambling on. And Danger Girl. I noticed the J. Scott Campbell. It's Danger Girl #1, Renegade. I guess a new series that's coming out by IDW. Decided to pick that up because, again, it's J. Scott. So I got #1 and #2 of Danger Girl. So I'll have to discuss that with my local guy. Make sure I get on the list for that, and he can, you know, order those books for me, because I wouldn't mind picking up some J. Scott Danger Girls and giving those a good read. Another book I picked up that it's probably a double, but I got it because it's Adam Hughes cover, Bob Wire. Again, I've just glanced over the book. I know I've heard this mixed reviews that, you know, these stories aren't that great, or if at all. But I really got to get in there, and I got to do a lot of reading, so to judge for myself. But obviously, I'm buying it because of Adam Hughes. So, and they had this comic store had some dollar boxes. So I had a little bit of time. I ran through some of those dollar boxes and found Jungle Girl Season 3 for $1. Yeah, it's Frank Cho art, and he's another one of these artists that I like for the covers he does. And I got Jungle Girl #2, Season 3. Frank Cho, good stuff. This is another book that had just, I guess, come out a week or so ago. The Dark Side War, Justice League. It's Batman #1. I guess these are one shots. I gotta assume these are one shots. I know the Superman one's out. I think the Flash actually just came out. I got the Flash, and I should have the Superman. But with this one, I ended up picking up too, just because I like Batman. He's one of my favorites. And I was surprised to see this comic book, and I bought it. Yeah, Cursed Pirate Girl, 2015 annual #1. You know, this kind of, and it's because of guys like Francis McMenamin, and really, well, it's Francis. I know there's other YouTubers out there, but this Cursed Pirate Girl sticks in my mind because of Francis. He's shown like Cursed Pirate Girl comics in his videos and stuff, and how they're pricey. There's the print runs are low and whatnot, and they're tough books. So I guess this just came out. This was kind of a tough buy, but it's a really thick book. This was a $10 book, so I was doing this. I was like, I had it, and I was like, okay, I'll put it back on the shelf. I'm like, I should probably buy it. I mean, $10, it's quite a bit, but it's Cursed Pirate Girl, and so how often do I see this comic? And to be honest, I've never seen it before, so I've only seen it in vids, and I know, like I said, this just came out. It's a first print. I opened up the inside. It's a first print or whatever. So for $10, I definitely decided to go ahead and get it. And the interior pages and stuff, it looks cool. It's like black and white. It looks interesting. So, if again I find time to read stuff, this is going to be on my list here to read. So, and then I went through besides the dollar issue bin, I went through their back issue. They have an area with some back issues, and they have quite a bit of decent selection. This book I decided to pick up, and I may have overpaid a little bit, but I'm not tripping. The Tomb of Dracula, Lord of Vampires, and I guess it's just a Blade appearance. His blade's on the cover, so I thought, oh, that's cool. Because his first appearance book is very pricey, and that's probably one that's kind of getting out of my reach, or just one that I haven't got around to. So, you know, I decided to pick this up. They gave it, they marked it F as fine, and they asked, you know, it's issue number 45, and they wanted $12. So, I'm not sure if this is like his 4th appearance, 5th appearance. It doesn't matter, per se. I got it because the cover looked cool, and I do like some of the Tomb of Dracula books. And $12, yeah, it's up there. I think I'd seen it online, and maybe you could find it for $7, $8, something like that. But then you've got to pay for the shipping. So the condition of this, again, they gave it a fine. I thought it was really nice. It looked good. It presents well. It's not banged up, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll throw $12 that way. So all right. And with that, let me go ahead and get these. This is from like one of the local comic stores. I'll get these guys out of the way, and let me get into some other books. Check my time. I'm decent. These are comics I picked up from mycomicshop.com. I won some of these in an auction, and I actually bought some of these off their back issue list of comics of things to buy. So let's go ahead and get into it. Yeah, the Smurfs, baby. Yeah. Issue number 3. They give it a grade of 8.5. I picked these up because I do like the Smurfs. I remember this cartoon when I was a kid. Thought it was good. But I actually got them for my wife too, because I think I kind of surprised her with them, because she likes the Smurfs more than I do. So issue number 2 and issue number 1. So yeah, very cool. They give them like VFs or something. Yeah, they're in good shape. And I guess that's a complete run. They only made 3 issues. So I really like that. I'm like, well, that was easy to collect. 3 issues, done. You know. Then I picked up the second print here of Scooby-Doo Team Up, because of the Harley Quinn, and really it's the Harley Quinn. The Poison Ivy's there, and I guess Batgirl's in here too. You know, everybody knows about this book, but this is the second printing, so they say it's the lowest print run or something with Harley Quinn in a book. I don't know, something silly. Spider-Gwen #1, the new series that's out, and that's a Bruce Timm, I believe. He's the gentleman that did a lot of the Batman animated series that you would see on TV. So pick that up. Here's a book that's kind of racy. This is one I won in an auction. It's Tales from Wonderland, Queen of Hearts. It's 2008 exclusive, limited to 500 copies, signed by Talent. I think I have a hard time pronouncing the guy's last name. Caldwell. No, Talent Caldwell signed it. Madness. Oh, I'm sorry, a little disco ringtone there, Sparta. Just checking my time. 12:14. Alright, gotta get rolling. Yeah, it's maybe I should cover that up. It's a little racy. I don't know. It's weird. It's like, I don't think she's supposed to be totally nude, but that's pretty nude, right? So hopefully, if you guys are offended, sorry. But Talent Caldwell. I'll just put my thumb right there. Talent Caldwell's autograph. So I didn't pay too much for it. I really liked. I thought the cover was obviously. Look at the cover, right? And the autograph's cool. So there you go. I'm a guy. And as I'll throw a special shout out to Amazing Murfinator. The guy's really cool. He just I sent some books off to him a while back, and luckily it got there in time. He just had an awesome convention, and he's got some cool vids. I sent a few books with him. Hopefully it didn't hold him up too much from his con. That's why I didn't want to. Anyways, so, it's funny. I like him. The guy was, these are porn comics or something. And they pretty much are. The covers, what the cover represents, isn't on the inside. So, but anyways, I digress. Then I picked up a Spidey. I like that cover. Decided to get another one because I wouldn't mind getting one in better shape than the ones I currently have. So if I can get something like in the 9 range, or actually I think I have a 9. I'm greedy. I got a 9.6. I wouldn't mind getting a 9.8. So, but I do like it. I got a loose copy again, so I like that. That's one of my favorite covers. I got a Spider-Man vs. Hulk. This special edition. It's an advertising supplement to the Columbus Dispatch paper, wherever that's from. This was something, obviously, they got newspapers. It's really thin. It's a really thin comic. Give it a grade of a 9.0. Um, but big special back to school issue. It's something you normally get in a newspaper, so it's pretty cool. I like these kind of oddity type comic books too, especially if they're the heroes I like. So decided to pick one that got that in an auction. Just purchased that issue. Here's another book I got in an auction from the comic shop. The Amazing Spider-Man issue number 12 is the king size annual. He's fighting the Hulk, and that's a John Byrne cover, so I dig that. Here's another back issue. The Amazing Spidey 181. Again, I won this in an auction from the auction site, and this one, I love that cover. I love the blues and the villains and Spidey. It's awesome. You gave it a grade of like an 8.0, so really stoked with that. And one I'm really happy I finally picked up. It's a little banged up. It's got some spine takes, but it's in decent shape. I think it's a mid grade of like a. I think they gave it a grade of a 4.5. I've seen it in vids, obviously. Iron Fist number 1, very cool stuff. Just happy to finally own one. It's a mid grade, and this one I don't know what that one run me. I don't know if that was like in the $70 range, $70 to $80 or something for this, and won it in an auction. So, very cool. It presents well. It's got some spine takes, but the colors and everything's really pretty sharp. I don't know if that's like part of the comic book, or did somebody take a crayon to that little area right there. But yeah, it's still cool. Still cool. I'm just happy to own one, and it's in nice shape. Another book I picked up, The Mighty Avengers issue 66 and 6.5. Give it a grade of 6.5. In this particular comic book, I know it's the first appearance of adamantium. That's what Wolverine is laced with. That's what his bones are laced with. And so this is the first appearance of that substance, adamantium. And I think the story goes something like, I think Thor throws his hammer at it, and the hammer bounces off of that adamantium, or something like that. That was just from the brief synopsis, the brief info I read on that. But so that was pretty interesting. I guess they tried to see how indestructible that metal was, and it's like the Thor's hammer just bounced off of it. So that goes to show you how that stuff works. But really stoked to pick up this comic book. This will help me on my runs in completing the series here. But they gave it a grade of an 8.5. Black Panther number 7, beautiful Jack Kirby. And that's issue number 7, graded 8.5. And this one went to, there's 15 issues of the original Black Panther series, of his ongoing series. I think it went to 15 issues. I'm down to maybe, I don't know if I've got to get 5 or 6 issues more, but it's cool, I'm working on it. And this one and Silver Surfer, are the ones I'm working on trying to complete. And down to my last couple books, I gotta get rolling. Giant Size Thor, number 1. Good stuff again. Another one. These were books I won in an auction. They gave this one a grade of a 7.0. Looks really cool. I like that cover. Really, this one is just. What can I say about this comic? Oh man, Infinity Gauntlet number 1, signed by George Perez. They gave this one a grade of a 9.0. I really like the Hero Land Comics certificate of authenticity that comes with it. It's very cool. States that George Perez right there across the gauntlet. So this is my first. I love this. I love this book. It's awesome. That's just a beautiful cover. I'll have to go after the rest of them. I know they're pretty pricey. So with that in my time, let me hurry up. Last two books. These are the graded slabs I picked up, and I was really stoked to get that. I finally got a Hulk. Number 1, graded a 9.8, won this in an auction. Ed McGuinness cover. It's Hero Initiative Atomic Comics cover. Very cool, since he's going to be more or less in the Civil War, possibly. At least the General Ross is, who becomes the Red Hulk. And Amazing Spidey issue 175. It's got an appearance of the Punisher, death of this character here, the Hitman. But it's a very cool cover. It's got Punisher on it. CBCS 9.4. All right, and with that, I better get rolling. One last thing I want to show off. I recycle cans, aluminum cans, plastics, that kind of stuff that I recycled glass.